So, if you've seen the last couple of videos, you might have seen that the audio quality is a bit off. It's because I've been shooting them with a cheap Sony Handycam. It's a CX240 HD, I think, something like that. And the image quality isn't the greatest. It does do full HD, but it's not really. It seems like it's interlaced or something. It's not really that great, and especially if the light isn't perfect, it's even worse. So I've been tinkering, and the reason I switched is because it has a flip screen, a view screen that you can flip. Like on this camera here, which is my main camera, it's a Nikon D3300. But if you use this, you do have the live view here, but the screen doesn't flip or anything. So you need to move up into the 5000 series to get the flip screen on these Nikons. And I don't want to switch to Canon or anything like that because I've got lenses for the Nikon. So what you can do then is buy a monitor to stick on top. But a monitor built for this that mounts in the hotshoe is not cheap. It's at least 100 euros, and then it's probably a pretty crap one. And for a decent one, we're talking several hundred euros probably, including batteries and everything. So what you could do instead is buy one of these. This is a small monitor that just takes a composite signal and runs on 12 volts. It can take two different inputs even. Usually used for like rear view cameras and stuff in cars. That's what they're advertised for, at least for rear view cameras. So what you can do is you can hook this up to the Nikon, because as standard it comes with one of these cables that gives you a composite signal, and I think it's mono audio. I don't care about the audio. This hasn't got an audio input anyway, or a speaker or anything. It does have something here, but don't think there's anything behind that. So we just hook this up, like so. Now the problem with this is, this needs 12 volts of power. So for now, I need to, if we can zoom in over here, I need to use a plug pack. But we can probably, I don't think it will use a whole lot of amps or anything, so we can probably do something with like a boost converter and a couple of these 18650 batteries, or maybe find some sort of 12 volt battery that isn't too massive to somehow mount onto this. But if we just try hooking this up, as soon as it gets power, we see that we have the live view. It'll basically show anything that's going on the screen over there. So now I can get this to, I can't get it to stand. But if I take this and point it over at my window here, and then hold this up, let's see if I can do this. You see my solar panels up there. It's kind of hard to see, but anyway, I can see what the hell the camera is pointing at, and that's really the main thing. So what I now want to do is I want to somehow mount this in a useful manner. You see there's a screw going through here. So if I take this off, and 3D print something that will fit with this screw, and the other end will fit down into the hot shoe here. Then I could just have it no swivel and just simply have it sitting like pointing forward on the camera, so I can see if I'm at front of the camera I can see the screen, if I'm behind the camera I can see the actual view screen. That would be an option. Now this is it seems like it's pretty much dying right now. What the hell? Okay. So I don't know if you can see that. This might have been too cheap. There's definitely something wrong with the signal here. Let's just try unplugging it, plugging it back in. Yeah. Or maybe it wasn't meant for 12 volts, maybe it's meant for something less. I don't know. There's two inputs. Let's try switching the input. No, it's still doing it. Let's try. Taking a shot. Yeah, there's something way wrong with this. Anyway, I've got one more. If this dies completely, we'll see if I can fix that. I'm gonna try designing the mount anyway. So I'll be back with that. I'll probably show you the final design before I print it. But basically, I just want this up here. Now, if I add some way for it to swivel, that would be, you know, that would be nice. But really, the main thing is I want it to be pointing that away when they. So if I'm in front of the camera, I can actually see what the hell I'm filming. That's really the main thing. So I'll get to designing that 3D part. I mean, it should be fairly simple. I'll just dismount this, measure out this part here and recreate that, and then probably find something I'm thinking was that has the hot shoe end of it. Just cut that out, put in a straight piece between them, and that should be it really. Should be very simple. So yes, I'll be back. So I printed the parts that I designed to do this job. I ran out of filament. Kira said it needed 5 grams, and I had a tiny bit of filament left on the spool, but apparently it was not quite enough. But anyway, it should be done enough to test if it actually fits. So let's try that. So first thing, we have this screw hole here that should go like that, and that's a bit too wide. I'll probably push it in there, but scaling it down like yeah, that's damn close, but I can kind of push it in there if I want to. On the other hand, a tight fit might not be a bad idea. Oh, it's upside down as well, but that doesn't matter. So that goes like this, and then the screw should go through like this, and that's kind of a struggle because it's got this thing in there to give a little bit of resistance when you are adjusting it. It just seems like this is a tiny bit too tight, but I also might want to drill out this hole here. So I think I'm gonna adjust this a tiny bit on those parameters. And we've got the button which should fit in the hot shoe. The camera, let's have a look at that. That's also a bit tight. Yeah, that won't do. So this part is too wide to go into the hot shoe here, so I'll need to do another iteration on this, but I think the basic idea works just fine. I mean, this goes like this, and then that will go there. So yeah, I'll go like that. So I mean, we just gotta adjust a few measurements here, cut off like 1 millimeter or half a millimeter here, maybe make the screw hole 1/4 of a millimeter thicker, and then pull in this part here, make that a little bit smaller, not as wide, so it doesn't interfere with the hot shoe. But yeah, a fine test. So I'll go on to version 2 and then I'll be back. So got the revised design. Let's see if I can find. That's the red one's the original. You see, it's quite a bit thinner. That's the main thing, and I made the screw hole a little bit larger. So let's see. Let's see if it fits on the camera first. So fits just fine in the holder here, the hot shoe. So that's nice. And then need it to fit on here. It should go this way around. Still, I didn't make it any small on this orientation just because I do want a tight fit. So, and I think I did it upside down again, so let's just fix that. We've got the screw. That's the tricky part, getting that in there. But no, that's fine. So let me just get a screwdriver. So just, there's a nut held in there. It's not quite getting through there. I need to give it a little shove. There we go. Now it should get a hold of that nut over there. It pushed the nut out. Oh, damn it. Let me just... I dropped the nuts. Fuck. Oh well. I can't seem to locate. Oh, maybe it's there. No, that wasn't a nut. It was something completely different. Oh, I think I got it now. It went under my bed. So, and I pull it out together with a lot of dirt. Anyway, see if we can get that nut back in there. So, just hold the finger on it this time. There, now it's connected. Don't really need it to be too tight, but I want it to have some resistance so I can adjust it. So we're gonna stick this on here. Like so. And there we have it. Let's hook it up. You could get a shot of me, maybe. So I'll hook it back up here. Like so. And connect screen and some power. Turn on the camera. So, and that went out because it's not in live view, so that turns off quite quickly. But anyway, we just see if I can. Now that problem with the flickering has fixed itself. I haven't actually done anything. That works. And now I can use this camera for selfies, because that's obviously the point of this. So, see if I can get a shot here. So there I am. Behind the camera. Just barely see that. It's washed out a bit on this. And now it starts flickering again. I'm not sure why. If you can see that. That's really weird. Like I said, I have another one of these I can try out and see if that does the same. It's not really important. I just need to see what's actually in the viewfinder when I'm on. Yeah, that would be this side of the camera. So I think that will be it for this video. That will be part 1 of fixing this. Now I can use it, but I'm still have this problem here. I need a plug pack to power it, power the screen. So what I want to do is I want to make it battery powered. Right now it takes 12 volts. We'll see if there's a converter inside, if it actually runs on 5 volts or something, or lower voltage. Maybe we can just get some battery that will directly connect at like, let's say 7.4 volts or something. Or if we need to put a buck or boost converter in there, depending on how we do it. But for now, this will work. But if you want to see part 2, where I actually go inside that little monitor and fix up the electronics to make it battery powered, then make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video if you liked it, and I'll leave the STL down below, or rather I'll upload it to Thingiverse and leave a link below. So yeah, and until next time, take care everybody.